I drive a tandem trailer, tractor trailer for a living.
Yes, sir.
And in several occasions, I've been on the road, and I've seen many vehicles with no operating tail lights on the road at night, with Alabama having no mandatory motor vehicle inspection like my former state of Missouri does. And I was wondering if I hit one of these vehicles in the rear, well, what kind of rights would I have as far as protecting myself from retaliation from the other driver?
All right, good question.
A couple things, Brett.
Yeah, that is a good question. The first thing I would say to that is that you have every legal right that any other driver on the road has, just as Ken was saying earlier. Just because you drive a truck doesn't change that. And so in saying that, your side of things would obviously be that there were no taillights and that caused you to end up in the situation where you couldn't see the person and maybe you ended up in an accident. Obviously, there are circumstances where the vehicles are damaged, and that can make things extremely difficult.
And if something like that does happen, Kenny, one thing that you can do is make sure you preserve those taillights, because it's what they call a hot set. And if that filament in there, if it's inspected properly and it's a bad enough wreck, you can actually tell whether or not those brake lights were on or those running lights were on at the time of the wreck. So one thing that I think everybody out there should be aware of, anytime after a wreck like this happens, or any wreck, preserve the evidence. Make sure someone, even if you just send a letter to an insurance company or the other party, if you don't have a lawyer at that time, preserve the evidence, because just like what you're talking about could be very important.